Jimmy Evers, who's president of the Carmen's Union, Joe DiLorenzo from the FTA, the chief safety officer. We're also joined by state legislators like Senator John Keenan, Somerville Mayor Katya Ballantyne, Mayor Keefe. Thank you all so much. We're also here with the Chief of Boston, the City of Boston Chief of Streets, Yasha Franklin Hodge. But seriously, no joke. This is awesome. This is really awesome to see slow zones gone for the first time in 20 years, giving people back minutes, hours in their lives every week. And I want to thank the T-Riders for their patience and staying with us. When we came in 2 years ago, we said we were going to deal with this and get after it. And I really credit Phil Lang, under his leadership and the team, for putting together a plan to remove slow zones and take care of business. And I'm proud to say, with Santa's arrival and his elves, we were able to get that done. This is an ambitious project, fixing the T. We know the work is never done. The work will continue. We've got a lot of work to do, but know that we are totally all in and dedicated to delivering for people in Massachusetts. And I know that Phil and his team are going to continue to work every single day to get this done. So last year, when we were comparing things end to end, compared to before last September, you're saving 4 minutes on the blue line, 9 minutes on the green line, 21 minutes on the orange line, and a full hour on the red line. Collectively, riders are saving about 2.4 million minutes every weekday compared to September of 2023. So that's progress in just a little over 1 year. So really proud of the team, proud of what this means. You know, with those minutes, the 2.4 million minutes that we gain every day, that's also an additional economic boost to our state of $950,000. We were losing nearly $1 million every day in GDP because of slow zones, okay? And that's really important to note too. We're making it better for riders. We're giving them back time in their lives. We're getting them to where they need to go more reliably and at a faster pace. And we're doing so in a way that benefits our economy. And time and money back in our lives is a good thing. I'd like to turn it over now to a longtime T-Rider and your Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Phil, the team, and all our dedicated MBTA workers for this awesome, awesome Christmas present. I want to thank Santa for being here. Slow zones are no longer the Grinch that stole Christmas and commutes. And that also means a safer, faster, more reliable commute, as the Governor mentioned, for millions of Massachusetts residents. As a longtime MBTA rider, as someone who was a longtime mayor of an MBTA community, this is really a big, big deal. Think about it. More time in your lives. It is well said, well said. It is a Christmas miracle. And it's a big deal. This gives you time back in your lives to be with your family. More time for CrossFit, right, Phil? Yep. Nobody's happy about that, actually. But it's really just about having a safer and nicer ride. We all know what happens when you have a frustrating commute. It puts you in not the best mood, whether you're going to work or going home. Now you've got time to order your coffee on the Dunkin' or Starbucks app, pick it up hot, know with more reliability when you're going to be reaching your destination. That's just good news and a great way to celebrate this season. I'm really grateful for the leadership of Phil Lang, and I'm really grateful to have a governor who pushed on this. You know, when Phil came into office and said, we've got close to 200 slow zones all over the place, and if we work hard to fix them in the way we're currently doing it, it will be multiple years before they're all fixed. The governor said, no, we've got to figure out a way to do it faster. This is not okay. This is impacting people's daily lives. And Phil and his team found a new and innovative way to do that. And today, for the first time in over 20 years, there are no slow zones in the T. That is what leadership is. So we're grateful to all the dedicated T workers who made that possible. We can't think of a better way to celebrate this holiday season. And with that, I'm really proud to introduce our GM, Phil Lang. We call him our Ted Lasso. We've got Believe over the doorway, and we just trust in Phil. Great job, Phil. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. You know, couldn't have been more blessed to have this opportunity to serve the Commonwealth and be part of this fantastic MBTA. When the governor and the LG asked me to take on this role, I took it on with immense pride, and really the intent was to make sure we deliver. And as you see here, we have a team. You don't do it without a leadership. And I want to give to the two leaders, of captains of our team, Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll. Commemorative Track Improvement Program hard hats. They're once in a lifetime, because moving on now, we're going to maintain this system the way it should be and build it back better for the future generations. As they all said, not only do you save the travel time, but what's lost in here is the wait time between trains. So we have less drop trips, we have more frequent trips, we have faster trips. All that adds up to improved quality of life and the ability to use the T without having to think about should you or shouldn't you, and how do you plan your day. We have a lot more to do, but with this team behind us, including Chief Operating Officer Brian Caholen as Santa. If you have Santa running your system, how can you go wrong, right?
Mr. General Manager, the elves have been very busy at the North Pole, and with that, we did have some time, because we know all the time we're going to save using the MBTA, that I brought some gifts from the North Pole, special for some of our guests. If I could get the elves to come forward, please. It's our pleasure to present to Governor Healey, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, General Manager Eng, Chair McGee, President Evers, and FTA Joe DiLorenzo. Some special gifts from the North Pole to commemorate this once-in-a-lifetime Christmas miracle. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Well, there's been a lot of gifts from the very beginning. This administration has supported our workforce, growing it back the way it should be, and we're working hard to make sure that they're trained and properly equipped to deliver that level of service everyone's expecting. Legislature support, all the local electeds, our labor leaders, Chair McGee, former Chair Glenn, so many people to thank. I just want to keep it short, but I want to say thank you very much to everybody. I also want to say no more speed restrictions, right? We took down some of the last signs on Green Line just recently. The end of speed restrictions. We will tackle them promptly. We will do proper maintenance, and we'll keep the system running the way it should be. With that, I'm going to turn it over, I believe, to FTA Chief Safety Joe DiLorenzo from Washington, D.C.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. I can't say how much of a pleasure it is for me to be here today to celebrate this important milestone. It's been a couple of years. Phil and I have spent a lot of time together since he's been here, and this really marks a really key moment in the growth and in the effectiveness of the T. At FTA and at the Department of Transportation, safety truly is our #1 priority, and I think we see that as well here with MBTA. And this elimination of the slow zones and this track work, while what the riders see is really important in terms of efficiency, it's also a very large step forward in our goals of making the T as safe as absolutely possible. Safety from our perspective should be invisible to the riders. They shouldn't be thinking about safety when they're getting on the bus or they're getting on the train. And the type of work that we're seeing and the dedication of the T and the team really takes us forward in that goal. Cannot underestimate the level of partnership it took to get here. It's easy to think about the T and about the FTA working together, but you also can't forget about the Massachusetts Department of Public Utilities, who's responsible for overseeing safety at the T, their participation ensuring the safety of the workers and the riders. It's also could never have been done without the other folks standing behind me, the state and local leaders who have provided the support. And when you think about the T and how this actually got done, you have to think about every single worker at the T. Everybody, whether they were directly involved in the work or not, had some role in getting us to this point. And that includes the cooperation of the labor unions and everybody involved that was working towards getting us to this goal. And I also think it's important to note that this is a really huge accomplishment, and it really sets the tone for things going forward, because it sets the tone of almost a beginning of a new era where we're able to go forward and deal with issues, and the team is really working hard and cooperating together to improve the safety and efficiency of the T from now long into the future. So again, with that, I thank Phil and the rest of the team and everybody for having me here today, and congratulations on all the hard work, and appreciate looking forward to seeing things move forward in the future.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And indeed, it is a good morning. The T is slow zone free for the first time in decades. For those who don't know me, my name is Jim Evers, and I'm the president of Boston Commons Union. Our union is comprised of nearly 7,000 transit professionals, each of whom takes pride in keeping the communities we serve on the go. When Governor Healey first came into office, she promised to improve the T, both in service and as an employer. She brought every stakeholder to the table, listened to their concerns, and emphasized empowering leaders with institutional and transportation knowledge to get the job done. Through her leadership, she hired General Manager Phil Ng, Chief Operating Officer Ryan Caholen, and many more. She's also worked with those of us in labor to craft a workplace that is both attractive to new hires, but also values longevity of service. Most importantly, through our collaboration, we have ensured that the T, for the first time in a long time, is well on its way to being appropriately staffed. This commitment to staffing and improving workplace culture has fostered an environment where great things can happen. Last year, General Manager Ng announced a bold plan to eliminate all slow zones in one calendar year. His critics said it couldn't be done. Well, those critics didn't know Phil Ng. But they also don't know the dedication, expertise, and commitment of the men and women of Local 589. In the past year, our track crews have worked tirelessly to fix the rails, rebuild the switches, and lay the groundwork for maintaining our system in the future. I'd also like to mention and thank the numerous trade unions that were involved in making this a possibility as well. The completion of this ambitious agenda is only the beginning. As we move forward, our crews are prepared to identify and address any rail conditions that arise through the commitment of Governor Healey's office. Our track workers will have the tools to get the job done. The investment in capital projects, combined with the investment in human capital, is paying off at the MBTA. Smart, knowledgeable, and competent leadership, combined with the labor force that is well-trained, well-equipped, and well-respected in the workplace, is the Healey administration's recipe for success. Additionally, I want to recognize the bus, streetcar, and rapid transit operators and customer service teams who have kept the system running during the service diversions associated with these slow zone removal projects. They have played their part in building a better T, and for them, I am grateful. All these efforts culminate in a system that we can proudly say is fit to move the people and communities we serve. Additionally, the results of these slow zone removals will once again attract ridership to the T and provide economic opportunities that will benefit all of Massachusetts. I've been here at the MBTA a long time, and I've never seen the agency in better shape than it is today under the remarkable leadership of Governor Healey and General Manager Ng. I look forward to our continued partnership, and I'm honored to applaud the workers who made this possible today. I thank you, and I actually have the honor to call Governor Healey back up to the podium. Thank you very much, Holly.
All right, well, thanks everybody. Again, this is a huge accomplishment for the workforce. Huge thanks, big time thanks to the Workforce 589 and all the workers and unions involved in this effort, and to Phil, Ryan, and the team at the MBTA. And I hope this shows the public what's possible. You know, if we set our mind to something, we set a goal, we provide the resources to get it done, people will deliver, and they'll deliver on time, ahead of schedule, actually, because this was year end, and we eliminated slow zones with a few days to go here in the month of December. But thank you to everybody, and thank you to the riders out there. Keep coming back. Come back to the T. Come back to the commuter rail. We know this has been a really frustrating, long number of years, and that is not lost on us. So know that we're grateful to have you back. We're going to do everything every day to continue to improve public transit so that your life is easier. But I thank you for your patience with this, and I wish you and your families a safe and wonderful and joyous holiday season. With that, I'm happy to take any questions on topic.
Governor Healey, I know we're celebrating no more slow zones, but I'm sure you've heard, unfortunately, there's a delay on the red line as we speak. What's your message to riders that are waiting out there right now, especially in this cold weather today?
Yeah. Well, it sucks. I'm sorry anybody's waiting right now. It's cold. Phil can speak to it, but you know, we're continuing to run a train, so from time to time there are going to be periodic issues that will come up. One thing, though, that I'm really impressed by this work that was done over the last year, so many of these slow zones were happening repeatedly because of the old infrastructure, and the teams went in and they did the work, and that trophy, so to speak, reflects, you know, what was actually going on during that track improvement plan. So Phil, I don't know if there's more you want to say to that.
So obviously this was about improving the track and restoring the track back to as good a state of repair as we can right now. However, we're also focused on signals, power, and new rolling stock. So Red Line has some of the oldest train cars probably in the US. We are focused on delivering the Red Line, Orange Line signal upgrades by early 26 before the World Cup. So those are key components that go hand in hand with improving the track. We're not going to let up, and we're just like we did with the track, we're going to maintain the system we have with our tracks, and we're going to focus on other key aspects, including our stations, signals, power, everything that goes hand in hand with an improved, reliable, safe system.
When can we see that signal work begin?
That signal work has actually began this year. It's been long delayed. We accelerated it. We're going to be very, very aggressive in 2025. The target is to, as I said, to finish in early 26 before the World Cup, because that's a key component to a transit system.
Just your message, you know, still have skepticism.
The message is they will see every day the system getting more and more reliable. They will see that from time to time there are challenges, but you have challenges in all in all properties. But they should also take pride in the history and the character of this system. So many places that don't have transit systems would love to have this, and we are starting to demonstrate that we can be leaders again here in Massachusetts. This system is something that I want to be proud of. I want them to use this system, and I want them to know that we deeply care about making their lives better every day.
Thanks, Phil. Great sweater, also. And I think it's only right to invite Santa up to close the program.
Thank you very much, Governor Healey. I think we've heard it all here. And in fact, Santa's so confident in the MBTA system that with just a few hours before Christmas, and I have big work to do, I'm going to hop on, instead of my regular sleigh, I'm going to get on the green line of the MBT sleigh. Back to the North Pole. Congratulations to the MBTA team. Away we go.
So as we celebrate, a big thanks to Kyle Leonard for playing the music here and making this holiday festive.
Kyle,
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, LG. Thank you, everybody.
quick selfie.
A quick selfie, yes.
Santa, you got to be in it.
If you get an elf, it's an elfie.
Come on, Jim. Come on, everybody, get behind me. All right. All right, ready? Dove, where are you? There you are. I'm wearing this crazy hat. The least you guys can do is smile. Come on.